Beijing was an Olympics really all about experience. I didn't really, like I say.
What year was Beijing again?
2008.
Okay. So how old
16.
were you? 16. Wow.
And that was a really cool experience. But again, I wish I was older to like take it all in, because it was
Sure.
probably one of my favorite places that I've been, and like the whole setup of that Olympics was mega. And then, yeah, things just then rolled from there. And I would say actually my career from Beijing to London, we kind of talk in cycles. We like plan for every 4 years. My London cycle, I would say, was probably my hardest, because I was seen as one of the top ones. And I think I was then just thrown into every competition to kind of compete. I didn't really have much of a rest. My body was quite injured. And I think I just struggled a lot of that cycle. I still had results and still competed, but I don't think I enjoyed it that much. And I think I learned a huge amount about like my body and I guess my love for the sport, really. And then after London, I didn't make the team. I was a reserve. That was really, really difficult moment in my career. It was kind of like the first time I'd ever really thought, do I want to quit?
Was London 2012?
2012.
Yeah.
And then after that point, I had about a month where I had some downtime. I really missed it. And I was like, my mindset was kind of, okay, if I'm going to come back, I need to make sure I'm undeniable, so I'm not left off a team again. And then Rio cycle, I would say was one of my favourites. It was a couple years when my sister then came up into national team and we managed to be seniors together. So that was really cool to experience a lot of our like big results together. And the sport was just on a massive rise. We were really challenging for medals at a lot of the major events like the Europeans. We got our first world team medal in 2015 and then made the Rio Olympics with my sister Ellie. And that was a really good experience. Comps didn't quite go to plan, so that was disappointing, but the overall experience was fab. And then after that, it was kind of like, oh, for a gymnast, I'm getting old now. I was 24.
That's crazy.
And again, I still loved it. And I was like, you know, I feel like I'm constantly improving. I'm learning all the time. The sport is changing. I'm kind of one of the people that are helping change the sport. Why just stop? And so then there was a big push for Tokyo, and I didn't genuinely think I would go past Tokyo because at that point I knew I'd be 28, and then when COVID hit and it got delayed, I was 29. So in my head there was just no way that a gymnast could do that much more. And then after everything happened, the year of Tokyo for me, not getting selected for the team, went through a really difficult time. I was kind of like, you know what, let's give it one more shot because I still think I'm good. And I didn't want all of that work to kind of go to waste. And I would say that this last Paris cycle has been the hardest of my career without a doubt. So many challenges to face. I didn't think it was, I hoped it was possible, but I wasn't sure how possible it'd be because of all the challenges.
What sort of challenges were you facing?
I had quite a few issues with my federation from the things that happened around the Tokyo selection. So kind of coming back and getting back into that space was tough. And working with certain people. There were some great people that really tried to help me along the way, which is one of the main reasons why I got to Paris. I had a complete change of training gyms. I think I needed that for like a fresh start to change settings, which was really good. In the process of my year of Tokyo, I lost my brother.
Sorry to hear
so that was a really big thing to kind of be getting over grief and stuff over the last couple of years as well. And I think that was just a lot. There's so much happened in such a real short space of time. And then, making it to Paris this summer and actually being there. And I don't know, that was probably one of the proudest moments of my career, because despite the results, just walking into that arena, it was like a miracle that I was even there. So
that's incredible.
Yeah,
wow.
Pretty cool.
No, very amazing. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you think that the journey leading up to Paris, because it was so challenging and you had so many setbacks, made it even more sweeter when you got there?
Yeah. Like, I didn't think, even down to the point of pretty much being there was like just constant battles. And I'd say a lot of mental challenges as well, because there was just so much that happened in those couple of years. But I think I needed those games to believe that I was good enough again, because I think a lot of people tried to make me believe that I wasn't after what happened before Tokyo. And I think, say, just walking into that arena, I'd say day one of walking into the arena was probably one of my proudest moments. Like, before we marched out, I started tearing up and the girls were like, oh my gosh, what's the matter? I was like, I'm good. But like the emotion, like, is huge. Yeah. But I loved every minute of it. And I think just being back on a world stage, being back on the comp floor, I loved it. And it was kind of like, this is what I've done it for.
If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, then click the link here. Also, if you want to see more clips like this, please subscribe and make sure you turn the notifications bell on.